Welcome. I support you all that have the burden of opening up your computer and for some irrational thought turning on my channel. You think it was a good move? We've only just begun. It begins now. Everything and almost everything and anything that I have not lost for words, okay, have exactly pre set up what I'm going to do. And I say this all the time, of course I say it. I mean, you're just getting into bed now. You open the book, and already the book is very exciting, and you can't stop. But with me, it's like, oh, what's he going to say next? What's he getting to? How long will it take? Can I just advance it like 30 seconds? Maybe I'll advance it 80 minutes because this cassette could take up to 80 minutes. It's already taken me about 2 hours to figure out partly of what I might say. I haven't thought about anything I'm not going to say, because if I do say something and it comes out all wrong, or I think you might take it wrong, then I'll smooth it out when I say it. I hope I notice it. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I forget that I do, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry to all of you. You and you and you and you and you. You see, although I'm not living my life for you, in this MrTacpans, I have to show you what I believe is the real life, what is the true life, which is the only way we can actually live and sustain life, in which every single sector and everything that happens works like a machine, works like a belt on a car, where sort of the belt gets a little bit longer and hot, or a little bit shorter, and we sort of expand like our chest expands, and we inhale and we exhale. It's the same thing with everything in life, especially money and sugar. You want to know something about money and sugar? First of all, they have the same number count. And we're all hot for a little sugar and spice. That's funny. I have not thought of spice. So we get them both at 72, which is the birth. And everybody knows the birth is very powerful. The opening of, the coming upon. Number 29. What a weird number that is, eh? Number 29. Like, who's going to use number 29? But don't forget, if it was 92 minus 9, you'd be 83, and you'd be talking about the heavens. And the reason I say that is because my numbers, okay, when you work with these numbers I work with, irregardless, once you have started your equation and you've already made a little mountain of similarities and coincidences, even if you stop there, you're going to have an answer. And whatever you find next is going to add on to the answer. Whether it's going to be a 1, a 6, a 9, a word, whatever it is, it's going to automatically add on because it connects. Okay? Now, don't forget, you can have like a piece of the puzzle right here, and this whole piece has to be moved up here. So it connects in this area, in this situation, in this equation. So therefore, it fits for that. Because if you ask me about this, and I'm working on that, this and that don't go together. Because if this was this and this was this, they'd all be this together. But if this was this and that was that, that means there's a separation. I do not have the knowledge upon that because I'm upon this. When I change from this to look at that, and I look at that and see the similarities to this, then that and this become this, this, and that. And you'd have more this than that. You'd have just as much that because you'd have something. As long as you have one that, you're missing something to this. You follow my drift? One that. If one that is out, this is missing. Because if that was this, that would be in this, and that wouldn't be there anymore. You'd only have this, and nothing would be missing. Now it'd be all together. You have this and that, which is actually his and has. Which is, well, you know why? It's a hit and has. It's a hit that has been, really, because this, take away the T, is his, and that, take away the T, is H. Is hat. And in French, okay, we'd have a bigger problem. You know why? They don't even say the H. So you would have, instead of this or his, you would have is. And in that, you would have hat, but they don't say the H, so they'd say at. And if they say something funny, they can say cat, mat, sat, bat. And I bet you all those words fit together because they have two similarities to it. You know, you're putting together a puzzle, okay, of 3,000 pieces. Except inside this puzzle of 3,000 pieces, there's another puzzle that fits inside of it as the background, and the outside of it. So they sort of like interlock like 3D puzzles, being a background and a foreground. You know, Dr. Mario, he can walk around things, and sometimes he goes down things. Well, it's the same thing in this world. Sometimes you can go down and sometimes you come up. Come up for air, of course. I'd like to be a fish. I'd like to be a fish and see a fucking shark come to me. I'd swat him one. What the hell's a fish going to swat with? Where did I come up with fish all of a sudden? How does a shark lose to a goldfish? Can you tell me? How does a shark lose to a goldfish? Well, those who are bright and know to keep the liberty have the liberty and knows what liberty is all about, because they know what it is about, so they have to understand both sides of liberty. So therefore, liberty would be the gold, because it's the knowledge of man that creates that liberty. And it's man's gold, but it's the silver of his thought, whichever way you want to say it. Who's the gold? Well, obviously, it's the bankers. They don't know what it is for liberty. They can understand that if you don't have all the money and all the control, one day you will lose it. That's all they know. One day we will lose it. Look what happened to our other families. They lost it. Look what happened to the Pharaoh, and he lost it. Look what happened. Look what happened to the Romans, and they lost it. And keep on looking, and all the big drop down. But in the meantime, is all the big drop? All the ones, all they want is peace. They're always paid a price. They pay the price all the time. Those who want peace are always paying the price. Then why in the hell are soldiers going to war? If enough soldiers say no to war and go to jail because it's a demand, take the jail. Because if 10 million people say no, there will be no soldiers. 10 million's in the jail. If these people policing the jails don't have it in the heart to understand that the other guy didn't want to kill, why is he in jail? The police holding these jails should now release him from jail and start to see the reality and truth what's inside of this. Don't you see? Who are these people at the front doors telling you you can't see these criminals? Who are these criminals? It's you and me. Even if a guy, I mean, imagine a guy sitting down drinking a beer and he goes, holy fuck, I'm going to kill that bastard. It's just a fucking expression. But you know what? Since we have our liberties, cut that shit with sort of some expressions. You know, there's certain words you don't want to say when you're saying to, hey, Pa, you going to kill him tonight? That's okay to say when it's a cow, okay? But when you come to the year 2015 and you scream across the bar, hey, Pa, we going to kill him tonight? And then somebody dies and the guy remembers in the bar and the whole thing was about a cow. But because you're from 1800 to the year 2012, you don't know who the fuck you're killing now. I mean, the minute you put your hand like this, everybody thinks you're talking to somebody. It's no longer you're crazy. When you hear somebody and see somebody talking and their hands are like this, we used to think they were crazy. Now they're on Bluetooth. I don't see any gold in their tooth. You know why they call it Bluetooth? Because you are now connected, not to the world. You are now connected inside the world of every. This is an every world. Everybody wants and everybody that doesn't want, everybody has, everybody needs. This is an every world for everybody. So everybody should have the same. So in certain terminologies, when you say the blue, it seems like because of what do you want to call it, the magazines and what they sell, they sort of push us to sort of lean us that he has it, I had it. Yesterday I went to the shopping center and I looked into the Apple store and fuck man, everybody wants to be a Bob. Every Bob was two bobbing for apples in the Apple store. I want to be a Bob too. You're a Bob, I'm a Bob. No, hi, I'm Smith. I'm Mr. Smith. I'm another Smith. Who do you want to be like? I want to be like Smith. But for me, and me, I wouldn't be in front of this computer one bit right now if it wasn't here. I'd be only writing. And if I knew not of God, I'd have to write because everybody's been writing since the beginning of time. So the computer here is actually helping me to express my internal thoughts, inner thoughts, the thoughts within, inflammable. That means there's a chance that within, if you do this, it will blow up, inflammable. Anything with the non-flammable, there's no capability of blowing this up unless you fuck with it. That's what it means, non-flammable. You got to know the nons and the non. Anyways, the next thing we're going to jump to is why January and why July are the most fantastic 2 months in the year. I'm starting on a month thing because somebody asked me, and I will be doing this very slowly because when someone like this asks a question like this. This is somebody who needs to have as close to possible as my hypothesis that I can do. Anyways, January is the first month of the 12-month year. July is the first month of the 6-month year. 6 months until January. January is the first month. July is the 7th month. Now, if you have to understand why the two go together is because the one spirit passes through the 5-hole, which is the 7th gate, which is in the center of the die. Okay, so 1 and 7 go together. 1 and 7 equals the 8 heaven because they connect the lower with the upper. The reason why I put these two together is because they're the only two odd numbers, okay, with the letter J. The other J in June is the 6. That would be the spirit of 7 and 6, which is an alpha omega, because June is the last month of the first 6 months and July is the first month of the next 6 months, and that's why they fit together. It's as simple as that. I mean, how do you want me to tell you? Take the red wire in the electric, connect it to the red wire that comes with it, take the black wire and connect the black wire and the white wire, connect your ground this wire. There may be 2 extra wires. How hard was that to listen to do your own electricity now? But you paid a guy $95 and $100 an hour to come do your electricity, and it was as easy as I tell you. So maybe we don't need the electricians at the house. Just call up the electricians. Do they have an online, hey, electrician, yeah, I'm installing the 220. You can't install the 220 yourself. You'll burn the shit out of yourself. But you know what a 220 is? 22 is life, 10 is man. That's the connection. It's all through all the things we already know in the basics. Okay, what was I talking about? Yes, thank God I look at the paper. We were looking at June, July, and January, which in all actuality is first, last, and at the end, when December comes, it's actually the last month, but it's also the last month of creation. It's part 3, okay, for the last 6 months, 2 months, 2 months, and 2 months. That's the way it goes. And Jesus is born in the 2nd of that month. And the reason for 222 is because the months are not the same in the second half. Okay, you have the split between July 31 and August 30 days, in which September is 30 days, but August is 31. Okay, the 2, 4, 6 months, okay, 2, 4, 6, and 11 months are all 30 days. And one of the reasons the 11th month is 30 days, because the 11th month is actually like February. It's a creation month, because the 11th month is 1 and 1 is 2. Now, I know I didn't exactly tell you that the way it should have been told. So if you want to just forget about it and don't break your head with the last minute of this cassette, that's fine and dandy with me. So anyways, we have that. The other thing we have for January and July is it's 62 days. They both begin with 31 days, 31-day months. But July is a 31-day month. In the 7th month, 31 and 7 is 38, which is 8, 8, and 8, which is the heaven of spirit, angel, and man. And January is 31 days plus 1, the 1 month, equaling to 32. 3 plus 2 equals 5. It means it becomes the 5th passage of the 7th gate of July. 7 and 5 come together at this point for the first time, in which 57, 75 come together in 2014 in the Hebrew calendar. Now, you see, I'm tying all these things together, and sometimes I do not tell you exactly what it is. Sometimes I just tell you the number, and you say, well, what's the number going to do me? Just showing you that one day I'm going to repeat and repeat these numbers until you start to see, instead of seeing words, you're going to see the numbers as words, and you'll be able to put them together. I mean, if you stand to be listening to MrTacpans for the rest of your life. And therefore, wow, that would be sick. If I can't do this for the rest of my life, then you can't watch me forever. Pretty simple. Now, will I be able to watch my reruns forever? Yes, in a few years when I get a little senile, I'll be able to watch myself online. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Wow, pretty fucked up, eh? Hey, he turns his hat around just like me. Wonder if he's drinking coffee. Let me look into the camera. Is he drinking coffee? He's drinking coffee, just like me. I wonder if he has the same sunglasses as I do. There's no way he has the same sunglasses. That would be really, really weird if you had the same sunglasses as me. Because I see you're mimicking me at the same time. Whoa! He's got my sunglasses, drinking my coffee, but he ain't smoking my cigarette. Because the cigarette's out. So I'm going to light up my cigarette, and I know he's following me. Let me see if it lights up. And he smokes. My shadow, my face. The extension, the arm that comes into the choice of he who calls the command of to see. Of the sea. Why is it of the sea? Because this floats onto YouTube, goes nowhere. And if you decide to choose and pick and find someone who is in a video, take it by chance, it's me. I will float into your living room, into your bedroom, wherever you are, upon one push of the button of your own desire. That's the end result. You see, not even my video went out. I can't talk. Not even, okay, God can make your last move. God can cause the last move of your life, but God cannot cause your last move. Do you follow me? Because if your last move ends your life, that was God's move. It was the last move of your life was God's move. Okay, what am I going to do next? What did I do here? The other thing between January and July is it's JJ, which is 1010, which equals to the beta world. Okay. At the same time, okay, hold on a second. I have a 15 plus 7, and oh no, I have a 1 plus 7 is 8. And then I have the total of 8 like I had before, or 08, which would be 2008. Now, anyways, we're going to end it here. I became a little floppy. I'm just going to read to you what I'm reading to myself right now, so I may have to reread it. When you add an equation, stop anywhere after you begin. The number you will add up and the next number will still both have the same value and extension to the equation, and the knowledge within means, like I said before, if you go 2 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6 and stop, that's your answer. What continues on? Well, obviously evolution changes, so backwards you can see, and you have something, you have a pattern, right? If you take the present, move a little bit to, like, no, take the present and tell me the future. Can't do it, eh? Now, take the present and make it the past, and then tell me the future. Because then you'll have a short pattern, okay, or a slope, up, down, or straight, to tell you what's going on. So sometimes to see, we're too close. So we back up one step, and we start to see things a lot clearer now. I am Raphael 7286. I hope I said some good things in here. Ron Paul. Will I end it with Ron Paul? Ron Paul at the end must run. Okay. They're asking for money, $25. I don't have it. I don't have it at all. I don't even know if he's allowed to take it from Canada or business. I mean, can he be sent $25 from anybody all over the world? He needs money to stay in. He can't run as an independent. Otherwise, for his life, he's going to lose all his money and have nothing left at the end. But he'll always have a job. But it takes millions to run this thing. It's pretty crazy, eh? You can do this all shit online. Nothing on TV. I mean, you always want to do the public, right? Where is it costing all this money? Where is it costing millions and millions? There's something wrong. It shouldn't cost all that money. Mind you, you do want to get what's right. I mean, so they spent 150 million to get 4 years out of a guy and then pay him half of what he's worth, $250,000 to be a president, which is highway robbery. Anybody who's a president should be getting $500,000 a year. Why is that? Because I'm a wise ass. This is one of the reasons why. Because a president must be on his toes 24 hours a day for everybody that's extended inside his family. A. B. According to what I remember, there are 7,500 hours in a year. Now, don't you think the president is worth at least the value of his money, his currency? So that would be $100. Man's value is $100 an hour, right? $100 an hour, 24 hours a day, 2,400 a day, 7 days a week. $17,500. That's exactly what you would make with $350 a week for the year. So now he's got 17,500 and 52 weeks. He's got 850,000. It's not even making, that means he's making about $30 an hour right now, for 24 hours a day to be president. So now the second thing is, it's our money. How much is a guy worth to go up there? What is he losing in his life to get into there? What is the value of that? And he's putting up the loss. Why do we have to make up for the difference who gets into government? Because he chooses to lose one to gain another. So it should sort of be, well, 250. Yes, that's not such a bad price. I mean, would I live on 250,000 a year? Holy fuck. I'd live on 100,000 a year. I'd live on 50,000 a year. I'm happier. Oh my God, if I had 50,000 a year, 1,000 a week, oh my God, wouldn't be enough anyways. Although I'm getting maybe 1,000 for the month, 1,000 a week wouldn't be enough, because now I want more and more. And now that I have it, I want to open my eyes and see beyond. I want to go and go. And who's home? Who's not home? I don't know. Get rid of the cats. Close the apartment. I got to take a bag. I'll take the smallest bag possible. I hate to carry things for nothing. I'll keep buying and rebuying because I have money. I never have to carry anything. Never have to worry if I lose anything ever again. I'll just buy. Just keep my little bag with me, my little purse. That's all I need is a purse. And then I need a guy to carry all my stuff. Because if I do have any stuff for a little period of time, I need someone to watch my stuff. So I got to pay somebody to watch my stuff. Oh my God, my stuff that I bought that cost me money is still costing me money to keep it in my own safety. Oh, if there was safety in this land, oh, we wouldn't have to pay for all this homeland security. But then all these people would be out of jobs. They'd all be out of jobs. Imagine if we worked together. Holy crap. But we all want a speedboat. We all want to go onto the lake and crash ourselves in the middle of the lake. That's so much fun. What happened to the old beach party, to the old picnic camping where you bring the basket and the bucket and you bring a couple of beers and break out a bottle of wine, light up a big doobie and let's go, 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 put on the music, pass out the football, jump into the pool a little bit like they do in Montreal down by the lake, down by Beaver Lake. These times are coming as they have went, they have been here before. I only repeat what has happened, what is now gone, what is in our minds, a clear vision, that there's a chance this summer and this coming time, wherever we may be, we may get to do one of these things. Raphael 7286. I stand by Ron Paul. I think he's the only one for now. Give the old guy, give the old fart a try. Let him come in. If he fucks up, he's going to leave anyways. You don't think a guy like that, he's a pussy, man. If he screws up, he's just going to drop the whole thing and say, here, Obama, you blow it up yourself. My friends, if Ron Paul gets in, I utterly think that the good Lord, if he has saved the life of one who has already died and brought back the life of another, he will help the heart of Ron Paul to sustain right until the end that he serves his 8 years. And then when he passes on, he won't be buried into the ground, Ron Paul. Ron Paul will be floating up to heaven. He'll be carried off in the chariots on a horse called Pegasus. He has come here for me like a dream in the night. My mind has taken a flight, and every video that I've ever done since I thought of Ron Paul, I am still adding him in because he won't leave my heart. How can such goodness of one, the thoughts, somebody who has the power and the money to get into the media, to delegate his words? Wherever he ends up, there's a lot of us are now stronger. Whether Ron quits and doesn't make it in, we will still be the strong hand. We will hold together, and it'll be just like Syria. It'll be just like Iran, Iraq, and every other nation that was toppled. Government does not own the people. They own the rule of the regulations of the people. That's it. The government is there to stand in for the position of the choices of the rules of the people, not to come in and make their own rule. If there's a new rule they want and they're watching over the people, come to the people and ask the people, what do you think? What do you want to do? I think it's a lot easier for 200 million people to think about something than for 150 to 200 people in Parliament or in the White House to come up with some scenario that's going to be lopsided, that will not and can't be lopsided based on the numbers of 300 or 200 million people. It's logical judgment. As the government forgot the logical the judgment, Can the people not see that the government is not acting in the goodwill of the people? It is the people who make the government. The people in the government are no more than blue-collar workers inducting. It's not dangerous in the government. They make it dangerous. Imagine if you owned a company that went and threatened everybody all the time and changed rules because it didn't work your way. Let me tell you one thing, what I think, what I see, what I saw. One for you, but one to me. If I give one for you, you give one to me. 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3. If I say we count from numbers from 1 to 9, 9 is the last ball that ends up as a striped ball on the other side, in the other world. It's to Pluto. It's 1 to 9. What does that mean? It means 3, 9. Why does it mean 3, 9? Because from 1 to 9, I heard you say 2. And that's an automatic, because everything in this world is a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And that's one of the reasons for the number 2, okay, and TO. And plenty, when it says 2 or TOO, is another reason. The OO in the 2 are the 15th letter in the 15th letter, the month of October, okay, the letter O, okay, is the letter O, okay. In an egg tray, there are 2 sets of 15, 7 and 8, and 7 and 8 in the egg tray, okay. 7 and 8 is 15, or 8, 7, and 8 is 23 creation. In the egg tray is 30 eggs. That can be 8 and 7 or 6 and 5. I'd have to recheck. But if it's 8 and 7, it's 9 and 8. And if it's 6 and 5, it's 7 and 6. Because we count where the eggs are, right? But there's an in-between. Unless it's the same space, there's no in-between. But if it's the same space, the geometrics of it, okay, would not be the same shape. So therefore, the shape diameters would not have the same number value because the shape is not the same. They're different. They each get their own name. I'm A, you're B, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm this shape. You're that shape. You have to put 2 in your shape. I put 1 in my shape. My 1 is all alone, and my shape is happy, you know, just to be there. But wait a second. My shape is happy because there's 2, and 2 can make 3, and 3 can make 4, and 4 can make all. So anyways, we leave it at that. We're having fun right now at 27 minutes and 27 seconds. We are going to end it. Thank you, my friends. Raphael 7280.